Well, welcome friends, welcome back to the Firepit. Richard here, and I'm just so thankful to be here. October has arrived, and I can definitely feel it in the air. I had to break out the jacket this morning and sit out here. It's upper 40s this morning, and it feels wonderful. I stepped out just before dawn this morning and just looked out, and the stars were just glowing so brightly, and a couple meteors shot across the sky, and it was just a cool way to kind of wake up and start the day. And now the daylight's here, and the day's getting ready to get started. So friends, I hope everybody's doing well. Happy fall and a happy October to all of you as we begin to wind down this year and look to, and I'm as I'm saying that, I think I'm sure many of us are like, yes, please be done with this year. 2020 has been a year that's just been unlike anything most of us have ever seen. So yeah, I'm sure many of us won't be sad to see this year go away. But in all honesty, you know, really this morning, I really wanted to just urge you, especially you men that watch, you men that see this video each week, and this is a challenge and encouragement for you. This is also for I encourage you to share this with the men around you as well. We are counting down. We're 40 something days, almost 40 days until the Anvil weekend in November, and I can't believe it's going to be here before we know it. And whenever we plan these weekends, it seems so far out, and it just zips up on us so quickly. So friends, I want to urge you, I want to encourage you right now to just to get registered to join us in November for the Anvil. And it's going to be something that I know you're not going to want to miss. You know, the team and I got together last night. We had our Zoom call. It's hard for all of us to get together in person all the time, but at least we can meet that way, and kind of hash out, you know, the plans for the weekend and begin the preparation. And as I share with them, it does my heart so good to be able to be able to start moving in that direction, to feel our hearts really starting to unite and move in that direction again after the season, the chaos that this year has brought us. So I'm just looking forward to this weekend that's coming up. And again, our registration deadline is looming, October 18th. I urge you to get registered by October 18th. There's a lot of work that goes into preparing for the weekends, and also for the camp to get ready for us to arrive, and all that stuff. So definitely want to get them numbers as soon, accurate registration numbers and all those things as soon as possible. I just want to urge you. Just look around what's going on, and just think how important it is for each of us as men to have an opportunity to step back from the world that's in front of us right now. I'm sure many of you watched the debate this week, the presidential debate, and if that debate, I don't care what side you're on, I don't care who you're voting for, that doesn't even matter at this point. If that visual didn't give you a sense of a visual depiction of what's going on right now, of the state of this society and this culture right now, I don't know what will. We're at each other's throats. There's so much bickering, fighting, violence, arguments, this side, that side, whatever, going all over the place, and we're losing sight of something that's so much more important and so much more beautiful and wonderful than anything that this world has to give us, that the politics and all the BS that comes with that has. And that's God. That's the beauty and the wonder of Jesus Christ, and what he has for all of us, and the good that he is up to in each of our lives, and being able to be oriented and be awakened and alive to be able to begin to receive that. Friends, that's what this weekend is about. This weekend is a chance, and I don't think it's a coincidence that it's just over a week past after Election Day when we're doing this weekend, because we're so wrapped up in all of this right now. It's all over the place. I mean, you can't help but it come up in the conversations. And there was a time when that stuff didn't come up in the workplace and all that stuff. You didn't talk about that crap, but it's all over now because there's so much division and everything. But I really urge you that to really consider and really take the risk to step in and come into this weekend. There's just, again, maybe you've been to a weekend like this before, and you like, I know this stuff. I've been through a lot of hard. I know the heart of a warrior. I know all these things. I've been to a basic or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, because this weekend is a lot more than just that. The weekend is really it's a chance for you to really unplug from this chaos for a little bit. Maybe God has a deeper revelation for you that you haven't received yet. Because none of us have made it. None of us have arrived. We're still all under construction. That reality is the truth, and none of us are done yet. So there's always so much more to learn. I was talking with another ally a couple weeks back, just sharing kind of what we do with the Anvil, with this ministry, and he does similar things with men's weekends all around, built around the Wild at Heart message and that kind of thing, and building bands of brothers and all that. And he said something that was very profound, and it was like, he said, don't you feel like you get more out of leading these weekends than perhaps the men that come to these weekends? And I stopped and thought about that for a minute. I was like, wow, yeah. I've been doing these things for 4 years now, and God grows me up in so many ways each time we step into it. Because there's so much more when you step into grounds like this, when you step into an environment like this, where you are just shut off from the world and you have the chance to just be in the presence of God and be in the presence and community of other men. There's something so holy and wonderful about it. My friend Dallas, he said after the first weekend, he attended our first weekend before becoming a part of our team. And I remember him saying after the first weekend that the Anvil was just a glimpse of the holy fellowship of heaven. How much beautiful will heaven be? The everyday fellowship, that holiness of everything that's going to be that awaits us when we are truly united as one in the kingdom. And so, that's where we are this week. That's where I really want to challenge you this week to step in. And we've seen so many wonderful things, but I can talk about those things all day. The things that have happened, that I've seen, the impact that it's made in the lives of different men. And I'd love to one day hopefully be able to get them on here for you to be able to hear from them, to be able to hear their hearts. And I'll make that something we'll make a reality into the future as we're able to. But I just urge you, it's always a risk. You don't know what you're stepping into. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the environment's going to be like. But I promise you, friends, that it's a risk worth taking. Having gone through these type of weekends as an attendee myself, it's such an amazing thing to be able to shut the world off and just be there, just be present to God, and be willing to just be open to whatever He wants to do and say and all that. It amazes me. I get amazed just watching the chipmunks running around here. Just it's so cool to see them do their thing. So, there's not much more I can say this week. That's really where we are. Is really all about encouraging you and challenging you. Men, brothers, take this risk. Join us for the Anvil, November 12th through 15th. Go to the website deeprootsministries.org/Anvil Bootcamp, where you can read everything about the weekend and you can register everything right online. And we need you register by October 18th. We want to make sure everybody's able to get the weekend shirt. Every man always has an Anvil shirt that's given to them as a part of the weekend and everything, and so we have to have time to make sure we get all those produced and done in time as well. So in order to make sure you get one, register before the deadline so we can make sure that gets done. And obviously we had to get numbers to the camp as well so they could prepare for our arrival. And but I'm just excited. I'm excited about this place. I'm excited about what this weekend is going to hold for every man that comes, and for me and my team as well, and what that's going to mean. And friends, and I also ask you, if you're on the fence, if you're kind of unsure, because I know I've spoken with several that are kind of teetering on the edge there. Several of the guys I know have spoken with others as well that are kind of yes or no. But again, I think I posed this question a few weeks back on one of these conversation videos of what are you risking by not going? What do you risk by not attending the weekend? What do you risk missing out on? Maybe God has something for you that you don't know, but until you can shut the rest of the world off, you won't have a chance to even hear it and know it. I don't know. This is just a maybe. I have no idea what he's going to do, what he's going to say, how he's going to speak into each of your lives. But I promise you, it's worth that. It's worth that. It's worth stepping into it. It's worth seeing what that's about. For those that are worried about COVID and all those things that this year has obviously brought, that has brought the big distraction for this year, we will have. You will be allowed to bring your mask. There will be masks available if you desire to wear one, and there'll be sanitizer throughout the camp. The camp's taking extra precautions to make sure everything is cleaned well before we get there. So I want to know that is not lost on us, and I know that's a worry for many people. So I want to encourage you and give you some assurance that that we're taking the precautions that are needed, and we also we open ourselves up to allow God to do what He's going to do through this weekend, without worry and without fear, because we're not supposed to worry. We're told not to worry. We're told not to fear. How many times does God say not fear throughout the course of the Bible? Over 300, almost 400 times. Jesus said not to worry, that we shouldn't worry, that He's going to provide all that we need, that He's going to be there for us, that today's worries are enough for today. Don't worry about tomorrow. I ask that you just really prayerfully consider this. And for all our alumni that have been to the weekend, invite other men. I know you know others that could use this type of weekend, that can use the opportunity to step away as well. Maybe you register and come with them. That would be huge. So that's where we are. I look forward to November. I look forward to what it's going to bring. I look forward to just that environment. I look forward to what God's going to be doing at the weekend. So friends, and again, we'll put the link in the video description, so you'll be able to click on there. But I encourage you again, go to deeprootsministries.org/Anvil Bootcamp. Register today. And the registration deadline is October 18th. Register today. Get your slot. Get yourself set. Come join us in the Anvil in November. I promise you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a good experience, and I'm looking forward to that time. So otherwise, thank you. That's all I have this week. That's where my heart is, and just getting oriented and prepared for that. So there'll be much more to come. So stay tuned, and I got some other exciting things that we have coming down the pipeline. So friends, thank you again for joining us. and joining me this week for this week's Firepit conversation. I look forward to seeing you back next week, and I look forward to seeing you men in November at the Anvil. Until next time, friends, take care and God bless.